Hello guys, what's going on? It's Lane. So today I just wanted to see the new characters' first look. Red Bull Gaming actually just did a live stream today of exhibition matches with the pros, and they actually showcased the characters on there, and I missed it. Okay, so they showcased Victor, Azucena, and Reina. I just want to see what Reina looks like. So I'm on the part where it's actually Reina now. I want to see what her moves are. So I'm actually gonna take a look at this and see what her best tools are. From what I'm hearing, according to Adrian, the main man, Sui, like if you follow him, he says she plays like Lydia. I do main Lydia, so if she is actually plays like Lydia, that will be like a godsend for me, right? So I'm a Mishima main, and I have a character that plays like Lydia, and is a Mishima. So it's like my dream come true, you know. It's like my dream character, you know. So I just want to take a look at this.
All right, well, the trailer, man, I remember I was in Japan when I saw that trailer for the first time at Reina, like completely taking the Tekken world by storm, and I think that she is going to be probably the most, like, famous, like, probably the most popular character when this game drops.
Yeah, definitely, you know, the mystery about Reina, like
I
who
agree.
she is, and, you know, she's got a god fist, like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're gonna, you can see, you guys can see, man, he's got the stick ready.
Yeah, people, when I got this stick, it's smoke.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
It's on, bruv, it's on. So we're going to be showing you now a deep dive into Reina. I mean, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this character, right? But we're going to try to uncloud a bit of that mystery, especially when it comes to her gameplay. So let's get into it. Me and Bubsy on the thing right now. Here we go, Reina. So Bubsy, give us your overall, kind of your overview on this character, what you're thinking.
Overview is definitely, I feel that she's going to be a very strong pressure character. You know, she has those stances.
Rush down?
And
Okay,
I think when she gets up on her face and really starts, it's going to be very,
Good
very
so far.
scary.
Yeah.
You can see.
Okay, so let's, I guess let's talk about her movement
does
first, right? I mean, what
like
do you think about her
this.
movement?
I mean, she's
When
got
she
really
moves,
decent movement.
her
Back
hands,
is okay.
I like
side
the
walking,
animation
side
when she
stepping. I think
praying
it's
back there.
decent.
But one thing that I really like is the wave dash. If you see the wave dash, and I'm not the best at the wave dash,
The
right? But
electricity,
I mean, the
yeah.
wave dash, you can see that
so cool.
the electricity coming out of her feet, right?
Let me go a player two. You
got
know, I
P2.
have to sometimes be a player two.
Yeah, you got
Of
P2
course.
Mishimas, like, you know what I'm saying?
You can see that.
so
Look at
sick.
this.
It's so cool, like the wave dash. That electricity
And that just
there.
goes to show the effort that Bandai Namco has put in when it comes to just making the character look sick, right? But movement-wise, you're saying pretty good, right?
One sec. Her stance too, like the way she stands like this, it looks exactly like Lydia, bro. I mean, kinda Heihachi, but Heihachi has his hands closed like this. Lydia is more open. So if we're looking at the stance, it actually
yeah.
looks
Okay,
more like
now let's,
Lydia.
I guess, go into the key moves. And there's one you already touched upon, Bubsy, the Electric Wind God Fist.
Yes, you know, it's the good old. Whoa, when I get it.
Yeah, it's a bit of
Flex a
a...
few.
There we go.
There.
There you go. It's just your. It feels like a Heihachi electric where it hits kind of like deeper, and so
Yeah.
you're not really gonna get like the Kazuya. Well, we actually discovered something. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yes.
What?
But I mean, the
There's no
electrical
way she
God
has
Fist is
13
there. And that was a
frames.
question that a lot of people had when we saw this character for the first time. Is she going to have that? Now, also, let's just kind of go over... A lot of comparisons have been made to Heihachi Mishima.
Yeah.
What else does Reina have, Bubsy, that kind of, you know, is a homage to that character?
Homage, definitely. So we got the down forward 1-2, which is the 13 frame punishment. You can see here. Now it doesn't knock down like
much
Heihachi
minus
does,
is
but
it?
this instead goes straight into heat.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
And it does actually wall splat, which is good to know as well. It doesn't knock down and put you into heat, but
Well, it has
even
wall break
when
too.
it goes into
Okay.
heat, you will get a wall splat with down forward 1-2. So down forward 1-2 and down forward 1-1, right?
Yes, down forward 1-1, you got that as well. You know, the mid-high option. So it is, you know, something very reminiscent to, hey, actually, you can duck the second hit. It's good pressure tool.
And I think that one thing that's really good as well is her 1-1, right? Her jab, just 1-1 -1.
Yeah, and I also
Well,
think the
she
jab,
has a
if you
flash
can see,
punch
it's got
combo.
good, she's kind of steps in. I think it's got
Okay.
decent range.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
jabs,
she's
when it
actually
comes to
steps
Mishima-type
forward.
characters,
Yeah.
jabs are going to be very important. The fact that they're -1 is very important. We're kind of switched right now on our sides, but you can
I
see
like
that
the
when I do this, it is on the right side, on block, and on hit, +6, so not bad there, right?
Yeah, and she's even got the
Well, you can
1-1-2, the
confirm it,
Mishima
right?
flash punch combo. You can see right there.
Right, yes. 1-1-2. And we'll go into that a little bit more when we talk
Oh,
about
there
the
it
punishment.
is.
But forward 4.
Those
I mean,
stance is like Lydia's like 1-2-2. Her Lydia's Spanish. She goes into stance. Very similar.
1-1-2. And we'll go into that a little bit more when we talk about the punishment, but forward 4. I mean, Heihachi's forward 4 +2.
Yeah, definitely. You know, not as much plus as Heihachi's one, but you know, the same kind of concept
Forward
where
4 as well,
it looks like it's got a little bit more
That's
range,
nice,
personally. But you see there, you know, +5. It is plus
hit,
on block as well.
+2 on block,
This
yeah.
is nice.
+2 on block, pretty good. And the forward 4-3 now. This is, when I saw this move, I thought, oh no, is it going to have a forward 4-3 launcher? Well, no, it doesn't launch, but it does knock down. And I think it might launch when you do the heat dash, right?
Yeah,
It's alright.
There we go. So yeah, you do get a launch, but forward 4-3 again. That axe kick from the Mishimas borrowed, really good.
Yeah, if you want to talk about more, Heihachi, we can kind of touch a little bit into the stance. She also does have the Hell Axel. You can see right there, you know, it's from one of her stances, so it is locked behind that. But again, you know, paying homage to Heihachi Mishima.
Yeah, and then of course, we got to mention it, guys, right? The Hell Sweep. She has the double low Hell Sweep. On hit is +2. It isn't as plus as the Heihachi one is, right? But +2, you can do the double low, or you can do the high. So crouch dash 4-4 and crouch dash for 2, and you can see that it's actually the 2 is actually minus. It's -1.
Does she? Can we go back?
Do the double low, or you can do the high. So crouch dash
The low
is
does
right,
she
but
end up crouching?
+2, you can do the double low, or
She
you can do the
does.
high. So crouch dash 4-4 and
The +2 is not good if she's crouching. So
crouch dash for
I wouldn't-
2, and you can see that it's actually the 2 is actually minus. It's -1. Boom, boom. So yeah, the
would just
house
do the
sweeps
high
again.
version.
It is something that you can sidewalk to the left too. It's like
Yes.
it's really just
Well,
like
actually,
a house sweep.
we can actually mention this. We'll touch on, obviously, we'll touch on the stance a little bit later. But if you do the crouch dash 4-2, not even on counter hit, just normal. If you hold down, it actually transitions into stance. No, not even on counter hit, just normal. If you hold down, it actually transitions into stance.
And that makes it plus right there. It is the +6 if you go into stance. And we're going to be touching upon the stances very shortly.
this is so Lidia, bro. She has a lot of moves that like cancels to like a stance. I
Ladies
like it.
and lads, but I mean there is another move, Bubsy, the electric war god kick.
You know, we was actually looking at that move name in the list, and it was like something that we had to really drill into our head. Yes, electric war god kick. So it's the same kind of annotations as electric, but this time you go for 3. So, you know, you can see right there, she has an electric kick. Now it isn't plus like an electric god fist. It's actually -9, but as you just saw there, it actually can't hit launchers.
Let's have a look.
So that's just the normal one. The normal one actually, if you do not get it, okay, we just show the counter hit, but actually the normal one is minus on block. So if you just block it, see
-13, yeah.
-13, bro.
And if you do the electric version, was it -9? Okay, yeah, -9. And this is good because if you walk forward, Bubsy, and stay on the ground, then it's actually.
One sec, let me just slow-mo it. Does it have a low crush? Because if it does have a low crush, it could be usable in neutral. If it's there's a low crush. She goes super low too. That's like mid. Can she crush mids? That's very low. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Alright, let's continue normally.
Forward, Bubsy, and stay on the ground, then is actually a move which hits grounded, flips you over, right? So this is one of the only moves, guys, that you're going to be able to kind of flip your opponent around with on the floor. If you notice your opponent staying on the floor, she also has this stomp down 4 into 1.
If it flips it over, if it does the same thing on the wall where it flips them belly down, that could be a good wall ender. But we gotta lab that one to find out.
For a ground hitting move, so she has options here, Bubsy.
Definitely has options. And a scary thing about it, as it is a counter hit launcher, if they want to wake up, press some buttons, press a kick, you know, it's very risky. Let's just say that it is a very risky thing to do.
Definitely. Now let's talk a little bit about the lows now. We got the crouch dash 1, like the this one here, the Omen, right? And she's got a couple of moves from there. Boom, boom. That's a high version, and then she got the -12. Axe kick as well. So there's a bit of a mix up there too. So that's going to be like the last one we talk about when it comes to what similarities that she has with the Mishimas. But she has another move that's quite similar to a character in Tekken 7, and I think I'm not even going to tell you what character it is, Bubsy. I'm going to let you tell the people once I've done it. homing 15 frame, 16 frame,
16
homing move there. Well, who does that look like?
Well, Cloudjo's is
bit of a Kazumi, right? Back two,
Kazumi, yeah.
Oh,
That's a Kazumi homing move there, guys. If you walk forward, Bubsy, look at the pushback. It has a lot of pushback. So I think maybe it is +3, but the amount of pushback doesn't make it the best. I mean, it's a lot of pushback. You can't really continue your offense all too much, but I mean, to have that move is still pretty good, right?
Definitely. Well, it feels like it's got quite a bit of range as well. Maybe not that much range, but I feel it's going to be a good mid homing check. It's quite fast, 16, relatively okay.
That's it. So I think a lot of you Kazumi guys will be quite happy with that one. And then we can talk about just quickly about her lows. And this is where we think that her weaknesses, she might have not the best lows here, Bubsy.
Yeah.
We see the hell sweep, she has that. But outside of that, she has the down back 2. So down back 2, if you block it, Bubsy.
Wait, 1 sec. We're going too fast. What was that move? That looks like a Lidia down 1.
You see the hell sweep, she has that. But outside of that, she has the...
That one. Puts them on crouch. 0. If she's not... If Reina's not crouching when she uses that, it could be a good tool. 15 frames. That looks like a Lidia down 1. Lydia's was +2, I think, +1, +2. I don't remember the frame data. But even then, if it puts them in crouch, so it's good. You'll be
the down back 2. So down back 2, if you block it, Bubsy, you see this is on hit it's -3. On block, it is -16. It's not like the best low. Also, it does not high crush.
Yes. Like I say, it does have the same kind of notation as Heihachi, but definitely not the same impact as a Heihachi's down back too. So, it's a risky low. You don't really get that much reward off of it.
Yeah, -3, and it doesn't high crush as well, so it's something you've got to be careful about. Also, in terms of lows, you've got down back 4. Now, down back 4 again is only -2. There is an extension just in case. Oh, sorry. If you want to boom 1+2, if you try to punish, you can mix it up. But on its own, down back 4 isn't great. If you walk forward, Bubsy, and get hit on the ground, and you see that and stay on the ground, you'll see that down back 4 actually flips you over as well. It has this new property of these kind of lows which will flip you over. I'm not sure what you guys can do with that, but hopefully next week when you guys get your hands on the game, figure out what you can do with this move, man. Down back 4, it has some utility, I'm sure. But in terms of a lows, Bubsy, I mean, apart from that, we have sidestep 4, which on counter hit does give you some good plus frames. Did you tie up 4?
That one's good. That one's good.
Boom. Yeah, it gives you +13, right? But again, it's a good low. It's minus and gives you some, but again, lows not looking amazing. But she does have generic down 4, which we know in Tekken.
This one, people need to stop suggesting this. Like I've seen pros and like content creators suggest to keep doing this move. On hit, it's shit. It's like -4. You lose momentum. It ain't Tekken 7 anymore. Using this for that much damage is not worth it. It's not worth it. You lose momentum, right? Anything that your opponent does, he mid-checks you or jabs you off it, you can't press anything. So it's down 4 or down 1. The low jabs, dick jabs that people are doing right now in Tekken 7 is not good in Tekken 8. People needs to stop suggesting doing these moves.
Tekken 8 has been nerfed now universally. They are now launch punishable. There we go. You see -15. So yeah, that's one thing that we wanted to talk about. That's key moves though. We've talked about key moves. Let's now talk about her punishment.
1 sec. That's all her lows? Like the pokey lows? I don't know about that, man. Like all her pokey lows are... Oh my god. You know what makes me remember of? Lidia again. But Lidia has a full crouch low, which is not bad, right? You can 50-50 full crouch low or a launcher off crouch. But so far, her pokey lows, it's like Lydia's. Lidia has a hell sweep, right? The difference is Reina's starts pressure. Lydia's is it's a knockdown.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to start off with the 10 frames. So you got 1-1-2, we said it before, the flash punch combo.
There it is.
Transitions into a sentai stance. We're getting to the sentai stance.
And you can also hold back if you walk forward, Bubsy. You can hold back to not go into the stance, and it becomes +2. But a lot more plus if you transition into the sentai stance, which gives you +11. So 1-1-2. What else have you got, Bubsy?
You got 1-2-2.
1-2-2.
1-2-2. And that's 10 frames, right?
That's 10 frames, yeah.
So you got the, I think it's 222 for 12.
221 for 12.
Oh, 221, sorry, yes.
This is all natural. Bam, bam, bam. Whoa. That's a 12 frame punish. I mean, it does a lot of damage, and it also wall splats. And then on top of that, you have the 1+2, which is also a 12 frame punish that you can use against your opponent. So, I mean, you have multiple options for 12 frame.
That is very reminiscent of it, actually. It doesn't have the best range as well, so probably if you're going for something with range, probably the 2, but I'd say 1+2 is also an option there.
Bubsy, 12 frame mids, I mean, that's a good thing to have.
Definitely a good thing to have, definitely.
Now, 13 frame, we've got the down forward 1-2, which we showed earlier. Bam, bam. Yep. That is your 13 frame that you're going to be punishing hop kicks with for the most part. What do you think about this one, Bubsy?
It is definitely, you know, a heavy hitting move to go straight into heat engage, you know, and put that additional pressure on. It's definitely, I think, going to be one of the, you know, go-to key I-13 punishers, but she also does have the up forward 1 as well. Now, you don't get much damage from this, but you're giving up damage for the mix-up situation when she goes into Heaven's Wrath.
Yeah, Heaven's Wrath there with the up forward 1, so you can choose. She has a lot of options when it comes to punishment, right? And then for, let's say, 14 frame, Bubsy, I ain't got the skill like you, but when it comes to execution, but can we show the electric? There it is, man. The electric, you can, I mean, we're thinking because of her misstep, similar to Kazuya, that maybe you were able.
Wait. She has a misstep? If she has a misstep, then she can 13 frame. We gotta lab it though, bro.
We'll be able to execute this at 13 frames. If maybe we're just guessing, but for sure 14, and that is a punishment if you're on point. And we know that you Mishima guys at home are going to be on it, right? Yeah. I mean, 14 frame, pretty good there with the electric. That is a launch punish. But if you're not feeling confident with your electrics, you know, she does have another punish there, Bubsy.
It's the down forward 2, yes. So if you want something easy mode, she does have the easy mode launches as well. Yep. It is minus on a punishable on hit, on block, sorry.
Yeah, do it. Minus 12.
Yeah, minus 12. It is something that can easily get the party started with. Down forward 2, start your combos. Yeah. You know, we'll show the combos properly later on.
Yeah, definitely. And then, yeah, so down forward 2. And then she's also got a really funny looking hop kick as well. So we can talk about that one. It is minus 13. It's a 17 frame, which means you can also do it from crouch if you block a very heavy low. Oh, no, I'm doing
tsunami kick.
Yeah, up forward there, and it's an instant tailspin move. So yeah, again, looking like decent punishment. And now let's go into the Wasani punishment. I actually just showed you one of them, right? Similar to like most Mishimas, Wasani 4-4. It is minus 17 on block and plus, minus 1 on hit.
Yeah, that was actually kind of one of the things that I was actually shocked at. Is actually minus 17. I thought that was quite punishable because normally the tsunami kicks are about minus 15, if I remember correctly.
That's punishable?
Yeah, so I mean, Wasani 4-4. Pretty good punish there. What else we got, Bubsy?
You got the while standing 1-1 for I-13.
I guess it was.
Yep, which goes into stance, right?
Yes, that definitely goes into center stance.
Yeah, and then, I mean, outside of that then, from the 15, we've got a very good 15 frame launcher, but it's not a conventional one. It is a full crouch move if you walk forward, Bubsy. Actually, I'll walk forward. Yeah, there you go. You can see. Yeah, it's full a big move there. Launcher. You know, does a chunk of damage, and that is 15 frame. Full crouch, down forward 4. For your punish there, and you can get, like, I'm sure you guys are going to figure out some pretty nasty combos from that one. So you have that, and then of course you got the up forward 4 just in case you want to go for that for some reason. But there is another move, Bubsy, that we found that was pretty funny in full crouch, and it's a 14 frame punish.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this move, but
what is that?
We'll show it anyway. Yeah, it is this.
While standing 3+4.
While standing 3+4.
Now, it gives you plus 14, which means that sometimes down forward 1-4 is going to be guaranteed if you're in range, right?
Yeah, it's a really weird one. Like, yesterday was getting it to hit kind of consistently.
Right.
As you can see there.
Yeah, it does give you guaranteed damage, but you have to be in the right range. That's the thing, right? So at the wall, it definitely works. Maybe in the open, as you can see, it's too much pushback. But
I think of a situation it could work. Maybe at the wall, because it does retreat a bit. So if you know they'll press, you can use it as a button to check, you know, and the F1 to them afterwards for a wall splat.
I mean, it could be a move that and it has a little bit, but she kind of moves back a little bit too, right?
It's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know how useful this is going to be. I don't know.
We're showing the people. This is a deep dive, Bubsy. We're here, Red Bull Gamers Fair in London. You're giving these guys the full story right now. But yeah, while standing 2+4, that is another thing. And then of course, while standing 2, which gives you also some good plus frames, huh?
Yeah, and actually I'll key charge for you on counter hit.
Yeah, and on counter you get plus 14, which could give you a guaranteed thing. So
F1 too, maybe.
Bam, 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 guaranteed damage. Yeah, cool. So down forward 1-2, very, very good. Then while standing 2. Now we did use this while standing 2 quite a lot. And maybe some of you guys at home are like, oh no, Heihachi's while standing 2, such an evasive move, so good. It is evasive, but it's not as good, we think, as, sorry, not as evasive as the Heihachi one. But on counter hit, it does give you some good stuff. Maybe a nerfed version of it.
Yeah, it's not. That's inside.
Yeah. So punishment, what do you think, Bubsy, in the end?
I think it's strong punishment, especially when you start to utilize her sentai stance. You see the while standing 1-1 gives you the sentai, says the 1-1-2 can also give you the sentai. And I feel that's going to be where this character is going to start shining when she's in your face with the mix-ups.
Yeah, I can't do Electros, man. So
You can do it. You got it inside.
I can do it, man. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about some of her other key moves, right? And I think that one of them, Bubsy, is going to be forward 2. I think this move is so good, and it transitioned into stance. So I think this moves us beautifully
forward
into talking
well,
about the stances. And first up, I want to talk about the Sentai stance. So Sentai stance is a stance that you execute with forward 3, and it has multiple options for it. So we're going to go through all the options right now. The first option that she has from this is Sentai 1-2, which is the Power Crush. And this is actually something that you're going to be able to use in combos. I feel like combo enders, Bubsy, this is something that was quite commonly used.
Yes,
though,
yes, definitely. She actually has the extension as well. So if you do the Sentai 1 and do quarter circle forward 2, as you can see, there's a lot of display, the blue spots. And everyone likes a blue spot.
So you can quarter circle forward 2?
Yes, on the second hit. So you'll do the Sentai 1, quarter circle forward 2.
Jeez, look at that. Very good. It gives you that extra damage, of course. And then she has so the quickest move out of this stance is the 3, and it's a heat engager, right?
Yes.
Whoa, that's plus.
And this is very, very reminiscent of Lidia. So if any of you guys played Lidia, you know, I think it was Cap Foot Stance 2 or 1. It's one of them. And she had like a kick move that was really keeping you in check. And if you press the button, you would get counter hit.
So a good example would be if you walk forward, Bubsy, and you try and press the button, 1-1-2 into 3, that is going to count it every single time, right? Forward 2 into 3 as well. It seems to be a good option, but it is a high you can duck and launch it. But talking about things that you can't duck and launch, you have Sentai 4, which is a +4 low crush, right? So if your opponent is down jabbing or something, this is something that you can do.
Pause, please. That move is a Lydia move as well. Up forward 3+4.
Definitely use. So on the forward 2 into the Sentai 4. Let's see if you down jab it. Maybe on block you can. Oh, you can't. Whoa.
Oh, it doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. We thought this looks like a. We're learning ourselves here, lads. Go on, do the down jab again. But no. On hits it doesn't. Okay, maybe it depends on the frames, but definitely some moves crush at later frames. Yeah. You can see that on block there it did low crush, but sometimes I guess it won't. But it is still +4, Bubsy. That's something that you can put a lot of pressure on with, right?
Definitely, you can put the pressure on. And you see, moving on from the Sentai, you got the Sentai. Well, you done Sentai 3, didn't you?
Yeah, let's do 1+2 now.
Okay, Sentai 1+2. Now, this is an interesting move because it actually transitions into another move, Heaven's Wrath. 1+2. Now, this is an interesting move because it actually transitions into another move, Heaven's Wrath. Now, we've figured out this actually has quite good tracking stars. Yeah.
So we found out that actually sidestep left is the way you want to go. If you do forward 2 into, like, let's say 1 or 2 or something for Bubsy, do forward 2 into Sentai 2. See, sidestep left, but now do 1+2. And you see that it does have, and it will give you a guaranteed hit as well. Now, this is also a tail flip. It's a tail flip combo extender. So 1+2, we notice it does have good tracking. It's going to be difficult for you to deal with this stance, we feel like.
Yes.
But there is also a low, Bubsy, with a 3+4. Show us that low.
3+4. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Hey. You've got that throw as well, which is pretty good. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, 4-4-2 into the 3+4. Oh, that is there, and you see that is actually it is plus, but it's launch punishable, heavily launch punishable. If you do the low, actually I'll do the low. There we go, and you see that it's -29, man. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, -29, but it is a low that you're going to want to. It's got a lot of evasion.
Yes.
And a couple of more moves we're going to talk about. Sentai stance, Sentai 2, which is a safe mid check. So it's -4, but on hit, you know, it's going to do some good damage, and it gives you that +8. So, I mean, this has a lot of things, as well as a throw, which hits you down and may give you a guaranteed hit.
That's very
with the Sentai
good.
1
There's a throw of
And just to mention, actually, the Sentai throw cannot be broken. It has to be ducked. Yeah.
So.
And actually, the Sentai throw cannot be broken. It has to be ducked. Yeah.
No
so
way.
there is a.
Okay, I'm literally so happy. Oh my god. a throw off stance
The
that
Sentai
can't be
throw cannot be
broken.
broken. It has to be ducked. Yeah.
So there is a lot of mix-up potential, ladies and lads, when it comes to the Sentai
She is
stance, and there are
looking
ways
amazing.
to get into it. As we mentioned, the most common way is probably going to be forward, forward two. Just like Lidia, as you mentioned, there's a lot of contrast to be made with Reina and Lidia,
Yeah,
right? Forward, forward two
exactly.
into Sentai, and you know, we're watching some people were like, well, this seems to be like a good move. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are going to use the forward, forward two, and even on its own, it is safe, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about her Heaven's Wrath stars. Let's just go for that really quickly.
Let's go into the Heaven's Wrath stance very quickly then. Let's
Heaven's
talk about
Wrath, I
Heaven's
want
Wrath.
to see
The
what
Heaven's
she
Wrath
can
is
do.
the other stance by doing down 1+2. And this one is interesting because you can actually transition into the Rave Dash.
That is such a
And
cool
it has a
stance.
lot of good moves from it, right, Bubsy?
Yeah, definitely. So we can go
you
with
can
the
wave
one.
dash
And that,
off.
this is one of the most interesting ones. It has the one which is a tracking high move, and it also has a mid option out of that. So if you try to, you know, if you block that one, you try to interrupt.
Yeah.
And what's even funkier about this stance is, once that is, you do the one homing move, you can actually hold forward to actually go back into Sentai.
Sentai.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we're looping stances now, ladies and lads. We're looping stances here. So
You know,
definitely
but as well,
one to look out for.
it
And then
looks
we've
the
got
same as going
the
to
safe
Sentai,
heat
and that's
engager
the
with
thing.
Sentai 1 plus with Sentai 2, right?
Yeah.
There we go, beautiful.
It's a heat engage
Sentai 2, their
off
heat
it,
engager
bro.
safe. We've got the Power Crush with Sentai 1+2. Again, it kind of looks like a 1+2 normally, but it's a Power Crush, pretty good move there. And you kind of touched upon it, the Hell Axle.
Yes, you can see it. It's just a 3-4. Now this move is scary, +6 on block. And the thing about this as well, you can actually loop it back into Heaven's
Do it again. Do it again.
Say +8.
Do it again.
I'll do it again. I'll keep doing it. Look at the pushback
Now
as
you
well.
can sidestep it, as you can see there, but I mean, that is plus, and you can start mixing up the other options from it, right? Talk about the other
Wow.
options. Ladies
Bro,
and lads,
her
this
game is
one
actually-
kind of blew our mind a little bit. The political storm. Oh my God,
That's
Bubsy.
from-
He really does. If you look
from
here,
that stance.
is while standing 4, and look at the time you have to hit confirm it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
you
is
can
all
hit
guaranteed.
Yeah, all guaranteed. Such a good thing to, such a
That
good
hit
move
confirm
and
is so
string
late
to that she
too.
can use. And on top of that, you know, after that stance, of course, we've got this the on-Sokyu stance where, you know, she can get heat back when she's in heat, and
What
it has
is that?
evasion to it. There's, you know, in heaven, when you have heat engaged, and if you try to hit me with the move now high, Bubsy,
Yeah, go on.
do something like, when I go, go. Do you see
go.
that it has an inbuilt parry, right? So, look, Reina is very, very deep. We could sit here all day, Bubsy, and talk about Reina, but unfortunately, we haven't got all day, and we hope that we're able to learn a little bit about Reina, and we will be back with some more character breakdowns of other characters.
Yes, we will.
But before that, we're going to be getting into the exhibitions. Ladies and lads, mums and dads, family, friends and fellows.
What's the name of the
Tekken
stance
7
again?
has come to an end. It was a beautiful game, Bubsy. We traveled around the world. We
Heaven and...
Bubsy, and you try to
If
press the
it's
button.
heaven and earth, bro, it's literally taken from Lidia.
1, 1, 2 into 3. That's okay. Maybe it depends on the frame. Sentai stance, Sentai 2, which is a safe mid check. That is the other stance by doing down 1+. Let's talk about Heaven's Wrath. So Heaven's Wrath is the other stance by
close.
doing down 1+2, and this one is interesting because you can actually
But,
transition into the
bro,
Rave
so
Dash,
far, though,
and it has
like Reina's moveset is looking spectacular. It's like Lydia's, but she's like a Mishima. First of all, she has an electric. It's like all my my mains like just merged and went to Reina. You know, it's like what the hell is that? Yeah, I'm so hype. I can't wait to try her out when the game releases on the 25th.